Hey guys, we're back and had a bit of an awkward engagement with the Koreans or the Chinese player just now. You wanna repeat the stream?
I don't think he directed it at me. I think he's like the worst English in the world. He came into the party, wrote some Chinese, and then said, "Hi, dance woman,"
So
plural woman.
what dance move- I love that there's either the application where he's talking directly to you and it makes no sense, or that his English is so bad that he was aiming to say hello everybody, but says hi dance women instead.
He like Google translated something, and it's just the most terrible translation ever.
Right, that's exactly what I was
I
thinking.
mean, at what point was I dancing, Ricky?
I know. Um, that's too funny. That's too funny. Anyways, guys, as this continues to kick off, we got, I think, 2 best of 3s left at this point. herO versus BreaKIngGG, and then herO versus Silky. I've just spoken with Zombie during the break. If I disconnect again, like if this is something where I just can't get around it, I would have felt really bad making her solo cast a whole tournament, but 1.5 best of 3s at most. We've agreed, I think, that she's just going to try and solo cast the rest of it out if that ends up being the case. I'm hoping it doesn't. I would very much like to continue casting this and finishing it off. This has also been a very fast group, by the way. I was ready for quite, 6 best of 3s doesn't sound like a 2-hour broadcast,
Yeah. Actually, a lot of these LeiFeng Cup broadcasts have been kind of short. I know I've soloed 2 of them.
Actually, so what is this? Someone says, why did Rifkin destroy Wardy just now on stream? When did I do that? And why? What?
When you were talking about the lobby,
What did I say?
and you were like, StarCraft just booted me out for being in a lobby with Wardy. 'Cause he's such a terrible
No,
person.
did I say Wardy? I meant Pommy. I thought I said Pommy. I'm 100% sure I said Pommy.
You definitely said Wardy, and I
Did
thought you were
I?
just joking. Yeah, I thought you
Oh,
were gonna.
man. Okay, well, I want to clarify for people. I love Wardy. Wardy's great. Like, I meant Pommy. Like, 100%. I hate Pommy. For those who don't know, Pommy steals our content all the time. I have personally gone out of my way to get him kicked out of cast for several events. Pommy is somebody who should not get... I hate Pommy. So, if I accidentally said Wardy, it may have been because I was looking at his name as I was speaking and ranting, and I would like to sincerely apologize and make it perfectly clear. I love Wardy. I think he's great. We hung out at BlizzCon. He's a real fun dude in real life. There is zero bad blood, at least on my end, towards Wardy. I want to make that very perfectly clear, because that is quite the misspeak.
Chat, and it's just like a ton of people telling on you.
Yeah, well, I mean, in fairness, if I said that, I would too. That's not, it's not intentional drama. Thank you, Cthulhu 0815 for the Twitch Prime sub. Man, I feel like an asshole right now. Sincerely, seriously. But okay, getting into game. Bottom left side, making his return debut. He's in trouble for the group. It's BreaKIngGG.
The top right as the blue Protoss. He is herO.
Okay, let's get ahead of ourselves for a moment. Let's assume herO's going to beat BreaKIngGG to the ground. Let's assume it'll be 2-0 and it'll be real bad. Here's where the benefit of the LeiFeng Cup goes in. And again, I don't know how much the goal of the tournament organizers has changed, but the original intention was to help the Chinese players improve and help the Chinese scene get better at the game by matching them up against players who would give them some of the best replays they could analyze. And I feel like even if herO beats BreaKIngG out of the group and destroys him senseless, BreaKIngG still walks away today with some pretty good replays to look at, to study from, and improve this matchup off of.
He approves this message.
Okay.
You said improve.
Yeah, improve does sound like approve.
Yeah. Yeah, he is, I think, officially just out. No, wait, if Silky lost... No, will they both be out? Yeah. Yeah, I think BreaKIngG's just, like, out of luck here. But oh well. That didn't stop the other group when it didn't really matter for one person from actually showing pretty good games.
Well, Silky beat BreaKIngG, right?
Right.
And Zest lost to herO. If Silky wins versus herO 2-0, does that mean Zest is out?
No. If Silky wins against herO, he'd be 2-1, and herO would be 2-1, assuming he wins versus BreaKIngG. So it would be down to map score, which I can't do the math.
Okay.
I don't know.
Chat's asking if we want to try this week's co-op mutation. I mean, this has been a pretty quick group. Do you want to do it after this?
Sure, I think I can do that.
I will point out that I have not tried. Normally, I try the mutation while I wait for zombie grub guys, but because I've been casting and sleeping since it came out. Oh,
Game
awkward.
paused.
I have not even looked at it yet. I have heard from my friends who do co-op though that this week's is particularly difficult, so I'm not sure how excited I am for it. Crank apparently had to restart it like several times and got mad on stream. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's just what I heard. So this is it sounds like this week's mutation's actually a bit of a challenge. I'm wondering if it's the resurrect part of it that's making that so tough.
Interesting. Well, I'm only a little bit concerned because my keyboard's kind of loud, but I haven't gotten complaints yet.
So I know you guys are being sarcastic at this point with the Wardy talk in chat. Again, I just really want to emphasize because I know there's going to be somebody who ran off to try and cause trouble. Like, I really sincerely meant to hate on Pommy. I very publicly dislike Pommy. I have denounced Pommy on Twitter several times. Like, I got no problems with Wardy. That was just an entirely bad misspeak on my part.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I really thought you were just kidding, and you didn't do the.
I wish you would have stopped and been like,
accent.
do you really mean Wardy? And I would have been like, wait, did I say Wardy? Like, on the spot?
I was like kind of suspicious because you weren't really using that like joke making fun of accent that exists, But I was like, oh, maybe just.
I wasn't talking like this. I wasn't using a weird inflection in my voice.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I don't know what's happening. Okay, well.
Sometimes just like, I just don't want to be in the middle of drama. I feel very uncomfortable right now. Please, 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 please.
I thought you were, because like, what I thought happened was that since he was nice to you earlier, you were like really going the opposite direction.
Yeah, because that's how I think human beings respond, right? Oh, that guy did a nice thing for me? Fuck that guy.
That's such a good joke. That's exactly my point, though. It's such a good joke. Anyway.
You've got a dark sense of humor.
Whatever, man. So it is a Dark Shrine build from herO. Not too different from his Korean Protoss. Wow, bats on the on. Korean Protoss buddy, Jesus.
I was like, is there I didn't have your camera up, so I was just like, is there a continuation to that point, or?
It just like would not stop, man. I really had a yawn.
Hey, yawning is a perfectly healthy thing to do. It means your brain's not getting enough oxygen.
And that is healthy?
Well, yawning helps it get the oxygen it needs, so yeah, a little bit healthy.
It's not talking about yawning.
Actually, so I've had many instances of ear infections in my life, and for those who've had them, like yawning can be the most painful, like, torture in the world when you've got something wrong with your ears. That's where I learned about yawning. Like, if you breathe really deep and really slowly, you can actually like not need to yawn anymore, and like that pain is avoided.
Good to know. Well, the apparent problem with the co-op is the unit speed. I remember that's the first thing I talked about when I read the co-op was like, okay, the
like
speed freaks is like kind of annoying, but it was not as annoying as the other one, so I didn't think it would be that much of a problem, but I guess it compounds.
Well, I'm excited to take the challenge either way. So herO, let's get on with the 2 zeros.
Yeah, right.
We're kind of in that territory. The Spore Crawler's not been made. It's on deck. It's queued up. New one's moving over, but the DTs could probably kill it. 3 of them focusing it down. 4, maybe. There's those swipes. Transfuse goes in, but... Oh, no.
He even saves that one DT that was being targeted, and that's bad news. BreaKIngGG had one super good game against the DT pressure, and he just has not been able to replicate it.
6 DTs are going to have no problem killing this hatchery before that Overseer finishes and moves on over. He can walk 2 of them away and then, of course, make Archons out of the rest if he needs to. He's going to just pick away at the roaches, pick up. Nothing to stop him. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. This is followed up by Charge, by the way. So if BreaKIngGG is expecting Blink, as that's what Zest did every single game, he would actually be super wrong. That's the kind of the difference between micro and no micro, I suppose, like meeting your opponent and letting them come to you type deal, but it's going to be charged out with a couple of Archons, 3 Archons actually, and it just is, it doesn't look so good when BreaKIngGG is down an entire base and still only on those roaches. Well, herO is collecting his army together, coming from all different paths on Daybreak, which looks kind of weird, but no, he's trying to push. So is the War Prism, very healthy, and 3 Archons. 4 Archons! My bad. Run, Roaches, run! Oh, the Archon from behind.
Oh, either way, lots of splash damage and charge helping pick off the stragglers. A lot of these Roaches really, really low. New round of Warpins coming in on top of this. And if he snipes that Overseer, yep, there's no more detection. Don't forget the Spore Crawler was brought over and killed, so these DTs have nothing to stop them. The Archons are going to be microed. 2 more coming from that back line. Things get nasty for Breaking, and I think he's about to be broken.
Yeah, you know, without the Micro and the Warp Prism, with a Snipe and the Overseer, maybe Breaking has just enough Orochi to deal with this, but herO turned into a slaughter.
Oh my god, so many of these Archons have been brought down to no shields. Only 1 has died. 24 drones are dead. Even if he stops the attack at this point, he's too far gone. Too much damage has been dealt. And these charge lots, oh, they've still got some more damage where that came from. This game is pretty much over. Thank you, by the way, to Moon Tefera. That's a cool name. Thank you for the sub.
No, looks like Breaking doesn't want to lose to another Dark Shrine, Dark Templar attack.
But he already has. That's the problem.
I know, he already has. Well, you know, he does have an army to try and counterattack. He's totally within his right to do that. He has a bigger army supply, but he would need to go, like, right now, and also make sure his Overseer didn't die.
It kind of reminds me of that scene from the Avengers where it's like, we have an army, we have a Hulk. Like, a couple of Archons, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Plus, he's been building Immortals, so it's like he's super, super fine with his army. Might be 9 supply down, but it is a much better army. Last stand, last attack.
That Immortal, this is like when you got those skeet shots, and you just like, pull! And the Immortal's just going to fire and like pick them off one at a time.
Why is it called skeet?
Probably because they are sky. You know what? I can't think of any K words right now. I'm so tired. So never mind.
They're Sky Knights.
They're Sky Knights encompassing everything throughout the hyphen sky.
Hyphen. Can't hyphen. Jesus.
Pretty sure I just did, and I'm almost positive if you were to Google, that would be the answer. Why is it called skeet? Oh look, how weird! That's the exact definition that comes up on Google. Don't even check, just believe me, guys.
I'm looking.
For those who don't know, by the way, we're talking about the clay discs that they like shoot to the sky, and like you'll see like the rifle.
I guess that's just the name of the actual clay thing.
Sure. Sure.
I don't actually doesn't have a reason.
Getting into game number 2 on Newkirk Precinct. If it doesn't have a reason, then all of a sudden my reason stands to reason.
I guess that's true. It used to be called clay pigeon shooting.
I guess that kind of like, you know, back in the day, like, oh, what's that flying thing in the air? It looks like a bird. Oh, it's a clay pigeon. Of course, don't you know? And Reginald's like, oh, well, of course I knew. I'm rich and I know things. So yes, a clay pigeon. And then he tells his friends that like he knew, as if, and that's how it spreads, obviously.
Or it makes more sense to be like at least some form of a bird instead of just a round disc. I don't know, man.
Shut up, Zombie Crow. We're gonna get into game number 2. Don't you dare bring your logic. I have no time nor the patience for it. On the bottom right side, we got the light blue Zerg. It's BreaKIngGG.
In the bottom left, as the blue Protoss, he is herO.
So, I'm confused by what's going on in chat. On one hand, somebody's threatening to DDoS us potentially, but also asking to let Wardy cast? But isn't Wardy casting?
DDoS.
Oh.
He is DDoSing. like the sister from Dexter.
Dexter's Lab. That's exactly what I was thinking about, man.
I don't know, man.
Yo, she was super annoying, but I bet you she would grow up to be like super hot. I'm just saying. She had like she was 8 years old or whatever, and legs that went on for miles. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she looked nothing like her mom, but I was gonna say her mom.
her mom had some nice legs too. You know what I'm saying? Those thighs, those are childbearing hips. I tell you what.
Wow, we're
Look,
moving us just away from
at the end of the day, I think all it comes down to is omelette du fromage. I'm a
lit dude.
Oh
Yeah,
my,
you are.
Could we just do like a Dexter's Lab cast? Because like the whole cast would just be like omelette du fromage, omelette du fromage.
I was gonna say I don't remember any other references from Dexter's Laboratory. I remember everything from SpongeBob, but Dexter's Laboratory, not so much.
I always thought Mojo Jojo was like, he came from Dexter's Lab because they had the super monkey, if you remember, right? Like.
Yeah, but he was a known superhero in Japan. Whereas we know Mojo Jojo like started in the professor's lab and like never became a superhero.
Mojo Jojo.
I mean, and just like, did you not watch the origin story episodes? I mean, come on, Rifkin.
So Secretary Skill and Chance asking, is BaseTradeTV no longer sponsored by G2A? Technically, at this period of time, no, we are not. That being said, contracts are up for negotiation as they are with most of our sponsors right now, and that doesn't mean we won't be. So don't get too excited. I still have not yet come to a 100% confirmed decision on whether we will move away from G2A or not. So don't get too excited, folks. Looks like these adepts aren't going to get a whole hell of a lot done. They get caught pretty early, so already pretty weak coming into the main. Speed Knight, it's not even done,
yeah.
But...
interesting enough, herO going for a slight variation on his opener. I mean, the double gateway is actually pumping out double adepts and sending them across the map. I mean, this can sometimes snowball. It can get them distracted. It can actually literally just kill a lot of drones with each wave. I'd say more often it is just more about distracting and stopping the third base from coming down as it is like, getting 10, 15 drone kills. That might be where the Stargate comes into play, but BreaKIngG's Overlord, his slow Overlord, is in the main base and should be able to scout it. Yeah, in fact, the other one sees it. No, wait. It was one of the main that saw it. But the point is, he saw the Stargate.
Alright. One Stargate, not too alarming, but it is information to have. It's if there's two Stargates, I think you really panic as a Zerg player. But whether it's an Oracle, whether it's just a few amount of Phoenix early on, these are all things that are pretty manageable by your queen count. And, well, BreaKIngGG's not exactly going to like 5 or 6 queens. Queen per base will get the job done for the time being.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
no.
That is a lot of lings. The third base is coming down, but I see a Baneling Nest and an Evolution Chamber too, and I'm just like, Baneling drops? Baneling drops? Baneling busts? But it might just be for the defense of what he assumes is going to be a good number of adepts. What do you knowing?
Oh, just that guy didn't DDoS us. Instead, he just got mad and left the channel and said he's never coming back. And I was like, no! He was so valued. I miss him already.
I love that sometimes, like, stupid people in chat are actually, like, not 100% aware of what happens on the internet. So when someone is actually just like, don't give a fuck, they're like, what?
But
you guys are mean. Like, God.
I'm really important. Don't you know?
Like, so, like, they're still innocent little babbies, and it's so cute.
Yeah. Well, just like an omelette du fromage, things are about to get messy. Or just like making one. I gotta be honest, guys. I don't think it's messy making an omelet du fromage. A cheese omelet's probably pretty easy and pretty clean to make. But I just wanted to use that reference again because, unfortunately, while he's making like banelings and lings and going for this +1, and I like all these moves he's doing, I don't think any of it's gonna work so hot. There's too many times where we see these adept attacks and these adept games where they just spread out a little bit and you're kind of like ball. Oh, forget that. Forget that. Oh wait, no, go back. You were doing 3. There we go. He's just gonna go to carriers. I love it.
Oh, good God. I love that attempt to go back.
So this is, by the way, the Void Ray I thought was initially just because he was worried about not having enough to defend with, right? Get something in the air, you see some sign of links coming your way, but by cleaning up all the overlords, he's gonna make damn sure BreaKIngGG doesn't see this coming. And while we watch Scarlet versus not Zest recently, she showed us a great way to deal with carriers as Zerg, and a lot of that, unfortunately, is being prepared for it, which I do not believe this Zerg player will be even a little bit prepared for.
That will be problematic. Well, we're gonna have cannons, of course, too. I mean, there's like a couple different ways you can go into the mass carriers. You can start off with a lot of Phoenix or some of those Oracles, then go into mass carriers. You can start off with a lot of Resident Glaives, or you can actually just try and skyrocket to the carriers and have a lot of cannon defense, which seems to be the way that Neve really likes to play. The Forge might be actually super important, depending on how Breaking gets any aggression done. I'm not even sure he'll get that much damage or opportunity to be aggressive, but he's trying.
Double overcharges, no problems. All the Baneleys get shut down. Zombie, I got a question for you, though.
What's that?
If the cheese you used in an omelette du fromage was the same color as the egg, would it be an omelette du camouflage?
Did you?
And if you weren't sure what you were seeing, would it be an omelette du mirage?
Your puns, as always, are excellent, top-notch. Thank you for those.
Thank you for appreciating the puns. Overcharges once again defend, and what's so important I want to point out at BreaKIngGG is that he has not had to invest in actual defense. Like, there's been no round of like 15 panic adepts. Like, he's just spending all his money on carriers, and now that they're coming out, there's all lings on the ground, nothing to shoot up.
Oh, these continued Ling attacks just aren't getting anything done except wasting minerals that could have been going into a fourth base and Hydralisk and everything else. He actually is making so many minerals, I guess it's not technically a waste, but it's not working either.
Would you say that with the units he's chosen, he is omelette du sabotaged himself?
That was a little more of a stretch.
That was a stretch. I'm actually like, I was like, hey, I'll go with it, whatever. Gotta commit. Say it with confidence. This link attack might actually not be too bad. A couple do slip by, but I mean, honestly, these two carriers, it's laughable. Like,
whoa. Going out with only two carriers is kind of a very risky move.
I think you saw how many Lings and Bentleys have been invested into the game, and he makes a judgment call saying, like, look, there won't be that many Hydras. Like, 2 carriers can deal with 8 to 10 Hydras, I feel.
Really?
That's kind of what we're seeing happen. He's not even microing this very well, by the way. It's essentially 1 carrier fighting the Hydras, and still has no problem getting away.
Probably could have just pulled the drones for a second, collected his Hydras, and tried to actually kill the carriers, but oh well.
No, come on! Come on!
God damn it.
Alright, Zombie Gov, let's hit up that screen capture. Let's get into the action. I am just gonna drop. Just gonna, son of a... Where's your screen here? I'm gonna screen capture this. For those who don't know what's been going on, for unknown reasons, I've been regularly dropping from the game today.
This is the DDoS guy this time. He got you.
He got me. Oh, I shouldn't have made fun of him. Come back. Dude, we miss you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for making fun of you. You DDoS'd me. Son of a gun. Okay, so for those who don't know what's going on, we're screen capturing Zombie Grub's screen share. And we're gonna yeah. You know what? I blame herO actually for this one, not the DDoS guy. If herO had won the game before the 9.5 minute mark, we wouldn't have had this problem.
That's the trick, isn't it?
This was omelette du sabotage, and it came from herO.
Oh god. Damn it, herO. I don't want to cast. I don't want to stream.
I want to say it's pretty much clear at this point, and it's got to be to everybody watching, like, herO's going to win this game. I feel there's just simply not enough time to get enough units, because for those who don't know, Hydras don't counter carriers the way you think they would. when we saw Scarlet do this, it had something to do with Hydras, but it had a lot more to do with Vipers and Abducts and Spore Crawlers and map control. This is not a game that BreaKIngGG has any of that going for him. He's barely got Hydras out, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I mean, the supplies really tell here. If you have a higher supply of Hydras, just the Protoss, you might be able to break them. But then the complication of the mothership comes into play, where like if you lose an overseer, you're just dead. Plus, herO didn't just go straight for only carriers. He has some adepts and force fields on the ground, or should. The Banelings almost rolled into him. If only they could see them, and that's going to complicate issues as well. There they go now. They get force fielded away, and this just looks like the death push. Void Ray's working on this 4th base up there. This is the only Hydra army he has, and without the Spore Crawlers, he can't see, so he's trying to make Overseers, but, too bad. Yeah, it was the jokes, actually. Blizzard, David can still watch it.
I told you
just
guys,
like, tap it again, buddy.
If anything, this just reaffirms my theory that David Kim's sitting there over in Blizzard HQ right now with his finger over the disconnect button saying, like, all right, Rifkin, make another pun. Tell people about how I'm balancing the game.
GG. And one could argue Breaking only lost that because Rifkin DC.
Shut the fuck up. We know that's not the case. But here's the question. Can we get through a single best of 3 today? If we weren't planning to stream co-op afterwards, I would tap out right the fuck now and just do Zombie Grub solo cast, but we'll try for one more. I don't think it's gonna go any better. We'll see you guys in 2 minutes.